Hello, I'm Bishop Felix Mapika of the La Crosse Area Synod. I've just got two quick updates for you. One is the Synod Assembly is coming up soon, and I'm really excited for it. We're gathering together here in La Crosse, June 9th through 11th, and it's going to be a great time of learning, of worship, of growth, and of cultivating life-giving relationships. That is the theme for this year, the first half of our Synod mission statement, cultivating life-giving relationships rooted in God's love. We'll focus on the first half this year. Next year, we'll focus on the second half of it. But excited for this gathering. Thank you so much to those of you who will be serving as voting members. Make sure to register. On Friday night, we'll be gathering together at Holman Lutheran Church for a time of worship and celebration for important milestones and opening the assembly. On Saturday, we'll be gathering at the La Crosse Center for a time of deliberation, engaging the work of the Synod, and then learning. So the first half of the day will be spent on the business aspect of being church together as Synod, and then the second half of the day will focus on education. We've got some good speakers lined up for you to learn and grow and be motivated in our capacity to cultivate life-giving relationships. And then Sunday is a time to celebrate. We'll be gathering back again at Riverside Park. Some of you may have been there last year. We had a great day, so pray for some good weather again, and it should be a fabulous time to be able to gather together, invite your friends, invite your family. Let's get together in God's glorious creation and celebrate what it means to be God's people who are actively cultivating life-giving relationships. And then I just wanted to say a word about some work that we've been doing on the council level. As we've been starting to think about what it means to cultivate life-giving relationships rooted in God's love, we wanted to maybe take it a step further and think about this year in particular. Where could we invest some time, some of our energy, some of our talents to really begin to make a difference in this synod? So we chose 4 aspects that we want to focus in on that could provide some new life this year. So one, we're going to focus on congregational leadership. So thinking about how we can provide opportunities to gather, equip, and empower congregational leaders to be the church in the world. 2, we want to focus in on rural ministries. Most of the Synod is rural ministry. And well, depending on who you talk to, even our cities are pretty rural. So we want to really focus in on what it means for us to have a sustainable ministry throughout the Synod. And how do we gain an appreciation for the stories of every ministry site all around the Synod? Because you are up to God's work all around. And we want to lift up those stories throughout the year and help you to build those relationships across the Synod. Then we want to do some learning. We want to learn about Gen Z. Who are they? What is their age group? What is motivating them? What are their struggles in life? And how can we as church learn to be church for them? And finally, children. We want to do some work cultivating life-giving relationships with and for children. How do we develop imaginative connections between children and God and their faith communities? This is going to be holy work, and I hope that it can be generative throughout this year. So once again, thank you so much for being the church all around this place. I can't wait for us to gather together, and until then, may God hold you in the palm of his hand.